Hello everyone. Hello. Welcome back everyone. Welcome back to the life and suffering of Sir Brante, who is hopefully not going to die today, since last week the 2 streams we did of this game we died in both streams. So we need to do our best not to die. I mean, I'm gonna try at least. Who knows what's gonna happen? Who knows? Let's jump right in. We're still in our adolescence. Then there's the youth. Oh, I hope today we can complete at least the adolescence, because I'm guessing the adult times are the bigger events. So, let's see, Stefan's arrival. During lunch, Father tells you to stay home in the evening and prepare to meet some important guests. Your elder brother Stefan will return home by dinner tonight. Joining him will be your grandfather, Gregor Brante, as well as a noble friend of the family. I see. You are excited about your brother's return. It has been years since you last saw him. How has he changed during his years away from home? Probably for the worst. You and Father await the guests anxiously. The doorbell rings. 3 people are standing outside. Grandfather is the first to come in, naturally. He has not changed a bit since his last visit, still eyeing the house with contempt, looking for any reason to demean it, of course. Grandfather is followed by a stately young man dressed in a jacket embroidered in silver, whom you barely recognize as your brother. Stefan casts a glance at your threadbare clothes, your dirty fingernails, and smirks. I see. The last to enter the house is a personable gentleman with a worn-out, wrinkled face. You have heard a lot about this man from father and grandfather. He is Baron Augustin Elborn, Stefan's uncle, a family friend, and the province's prefect, which means that he is the head judge and thus father's superior. Sir Elborn smiles lightly and offers you his hand. And this must be your youngest son, Alex, yes? You have your father's eyes, young man. Thank you, sir. Whoever you are. Father bows slightly to grandfather and Sir Elborn. But there is a moment of quiet when Stefan's turn comes. Father reaches out to him awkwardly, expecting an embrace. There is a question in Stefan's eyes as he looks at grandfather. The old man shakes his head, almost imperceptibly. Oh boy. We noblemen often put our emotions on public display, father. Not even after a lengthy separation. That sounds like bullshit. There is no embrace. Instead, Stefan nods to father curtly. He responds in kind, his face devoid of emotion. After the greeting, you proceed to the sitting room. Elborn is the first to enter. He kisses Mother's hand, and Gloria's too, and tussles Nathan's hair after he sees him hiding by the table. Grandfather acknowledges them with a glum nod. He's still not happy. Greetings, Lydia Brante. I remembered you were kind to me when I was but a child. And you must be Nathan. You could barely walk when I saw you last. That's true. Your elder brother ignores Gloria completely. Not even a greeting. You proceed to the dining room in a dignified manner and take your seats. The dishes smell delicious, but they merely punctuate the overwhelming tension at the table. Elborn is the only one with a friendly smile on his face. Oh boy. The dinner is splendid, Lydia. Did you choose the dishes yourself? You have a truly refined palate. It warms my heart to know Stefan spent his early years with you. Womanly care always does a child good, no matter the estate. I guess, yeah, that can be true. Theory? Your fork freezes in the air halfway to your mouth. You expect many things from a noble of the sword, but words of praise for a low-born woman are not one of them. You cast a glance at grandfather. Looks like he's about to choke on those words. I guess this news seems a bit of a better person than grandfather. It would do my grandson more good to stay at boarding school amongst his equals. I don't know about that. Please, Gregor. Parenting is no less important. Nothing can replace a mother's love. I cannot deny it. It saddens me greatly that my late sister could not be there to raise Stefan. But there was still a family for him, and he was surrounded by love. How could that be bad? True. And besides, his father was by his side all the while. Father's example is always the best. After all, Robert earned the judge's rank the same way you did. Your grandson will surely follow in your footsteps, and who knows, perhaps even the younger men of the Brante family will contribute to the... You clumsy low-born cretin! Oh, he's always angry at someone. Everybody is startled by this sudden outburst. Grandfather's face turns red. He is glaring at a young lady servant holding a pitcher over a glass. Stefan is sitting right next to her, dabbing a napkin on a fresh stain on his jacket. Oh, it happens. Be gone this instant! Oh, that's bad. The lady servant runs away, leaving the pitcher on a small table by the door. After a quiet moment, Elborn smiles again. It appears the servants have left us, yet dinner is far from over. Worry not, uncle. There are enough commoners at this table to keep us served with food and drink. Oh, I see. He's really turned into an asshole. Stefan glares at Gloria across the table. She is sitting right next to you. He shrinks down and hunches over under his gaze. Father furrows his brows. Mother covers her mouth with trembling hands. Grandfather sneers. Stefan's gaze does not move. The silence lasts far too long. Oh. Then she starts to rise from her chair. If the Brante gentleman so wish it. Her hand clench into fists under the table. How can he bring himself to humiliate his own family his own mother and sister like this. It is all grandfather's doing. Stefan could not even bring himself to embrace father without his permission. And yet they are noblemen, and they have the right to act this way. Oh. Hello, Jean. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Thank you for the raid, Jean. Oh. Thank you, Cortus, for the guest book and the lurking them. Oh, and the hydration, man. Yeah, definitely need that. Let me have some water. Yeah. Raid! Hell yes! Oh, thank you, Jean, for the guest book and the lurk mode. Thank you. We came for your soul. What? I don't have one. I think you're at the wrong house. I don't have one. I'm sorry. So, Jean, how was the forest adventure in the diver? How did it go? Also, you joined at a very interesting time. We're having another argument with our grandfather and our brother that was with grandfather for some years now. There is any way this dinner can become even more unbearable. You do not want to see it. Let's see. Gregor is our father. It was fun, we fought a lot and the dog did not get hurt. That's good to know. Honestly, I don't think the enemies even target the dog, so he's always going to be fine. I'm pretty sure they just don't see him as a target, considering he also doesn't have a health bar. So, you know. Let's see. What can I do? Continuity, willpower. Ability. I think I'm going to insult my brother. The bastard. You stupid brother. You grab Gloria by the arm and keep her seated. Stefan turns a puzzled gaze towards you. With a wry smile, you open your mouth. Stefan, how did you have the gall to speak without Sir Gregor's permission? Sure you wouldn't even answer nature's call without his leave. Stefan looks at grandfather, completely flabbergasted. We got him. And then chaos. Grandfather roars with fury. Father stares you down with a disappointed look on his face. Gloria tries again and again to contain her laughter. Nathan hides under the table. Sir Elborn is unsure what to do. Yeah, that's fair. Stefan looks like he is about to cry. Cool, he deserves it. Then Mother takes your hand and leads you out of the dining room. Oh. You expect to be locked in your room as always, but instead she leads you outside to an unlit shed. Going to kill me, isn't she? I'm locking you in here for the night, son. Your presence tonight would be an insult to our noble guests. It's time you learned the meaning of humility. Oh, fuck off, you idiot. Do your best to fall asleep inside the shed on the cold wooden floor. Anything to make this rotten day end sooner. Grandfather's cries of outrage can still be heard from the house. Gloria sneaks out of the shed in the middle of the night. She calls to you from behind the wooden planks. There is gratitude in her voice. I never thought you would defy them like that. Thank you so much for standing up to them. Sir Gregor got so mad, he forgot all about me, so I ran away. Sir Elborn took Stefan away with him. How are you doing in there? You're not going to freeze to death, are you? Who knows? It's nothing, you tell her. You'll live. The important thing is that Grandfather and Stefan finally left her alone. You defend your sister's honor tonight. Well, yes. And now our brother hates us. Lot. Oh well, I think we did the right thing. Another year goes by. Oh boy, loud! It's loud! A dropped handkerchief. Hot, dry wind sweeps through the city from the barren lands around it. The noble residents of Anisot prefer to remain in their chambers, while the commoners huddle in tents or in the shade of the silver tree. You are on an errand right now. Father wrote a letter to a noble acquaintance, and you are to deliver it. Thomas, the boy down the street, is tagging along. The two of you are inseparable now. That's good to hear. Let's see. The errand is an easy one, so you decide to take this opportunity to loiter around the part of Anisot where the nobles live. So here you are, in the middle of the city square, resting on the ancient brickwork by the old fountain in the merciful shade of the gargantuan silver tree. Thomas is by your side, lazily slouching on the edge of the fountain's basin. It's hard life for commoners like you and me. Either you break your back in a workshop day and night, hoping someone will buy your goods someday, or you become a manservant to some noble. You never get a chance to enjoy life. I guess we are slightly noble, no? This is our lot, we remind him. We work and endure and suffer. But Thomas waves your words away. Yeah, because they don't make sense. Yeah, I know that already. Mother keeps drilling that stuff into me. We must be humble, our strength is patience and persistence. So yeah, I say, but I wanna make my fortune no matter what. So how ain't that living by my lot, I ask you? Good question. But the lots, they ain't easy. Let's take you for example, Brante. Your father's a nobleman, but even if that didn't make you one, just look at your hands. You never had to work as hard as me, but we have the same lot, so we're supposed to suffer the same. Or look at your father. He's a judge. He toils at the prefecture day and night doing his judging, and he's a noble. I've never seen an Archnian work as hard as he does. That's also true. You shrug. The Archnians are a different race. The books say they were born to rule over humans. They are never commoners, always nobles of the sword by birth. They founded the empire after subduing all the human kingdoms on the continent. Humans will never be their equals. Archnians are always better, smarter, stronger, and their kin is a noble shade of blue. The books are to be believed, of course. You have never seen one yourself. Oh, so they're like just this mystical race that no one has seen in a long time. Your idle chatter is suddenly interrupted by a rugged-looking guardsman dressed in black and green. He chases you away from the fountain. Come on, rabble, like you have no place here. You hear the clattering of hooves and wheels against the cobblestones, and see flags bearing a coat of arms. Sable serpent on a field of verd. It makes you squirm. Oh no, it's the people that killed me last time. It is the Archduke's coat of arms. The Milanidas dynasty. The carriage door opens, revealing a young lady in a luxurious dress. Oh. You cannot look away from her. Those dainty shoulders suggested, but not revealed by the cut of their dress. Her black hair cascading over them. Her stately, slim silhouette. Her pouty lips and prim nose. And those eyes, dark like the night sky. The way she moves, fluidly, gracefully. And, most incredible of all, her skin glows an azure blue. She is a masterpiece given life. She is an Arachnian. Oh, I see. Are you a noble yet? Not yet. We are still commoner. But we are still like studying, trying to get there slowly. Probably going to take a lot more time though. Clear away from me. No, for me. The Milanidas guardsmen work quickly to clear the way to the fountain for the Arachnian lady. The searing sun dances on her skin in bizarre patterns. With one elegant motion, she reveals a handkerchief that then leans over the basin and wipes her head and neck with its cool water. What is an Arachnian? Apparently, like she has like some kind of blue skin, and that's probably it. They still look human apparently, so they're just blue. That's it. Well, I'll be. That's Octavia Milanidas, our Archduke's own daughter. The Arachnian turns away and proceeds gracefully back to her carriage. You see something slip out of her hand and fall onto the cobblestone right next to you. Her handkerchief. Uh-oh. It is right there by your feet. Intricate craftsmanship. Expensive woven fabric. Delicately decorated with emerald filigree. Your heart skips a beat. Will you dare draw the beautiful Arachnian's attention in order to return her lost possession? Or would you rather not attempt to cross the chasm between you and her? Let's see. Give it back. We can keep it as a trophy. Or as a memento. I mean, we have the option to give it back. Plus, it's going to like unlock a destiny, it seems. Give it back. Keeping it is creepy. But, I think so. I mean, we are adolescents, so who knows what he's gonna do with it. Let's see. I guess we can give it back. Why not? It takes a moment to overcome your fear. You follow the young lady behind us and call out to her in a nervous voice. She turns around, her beautiful face marred by a puzzled expression. You extend the dropped handkerchief towards her. Lady Octavia's face contorts into a sneer. She signs the guardsman indifferently. Ouch. guardsman's gauntlet-clad hand slaps you in the face. It rings your head like a heavy bell. Your nose cracks obediently under this staggering force. The rest of you follows suit. You fall prone. You can discern the guardsman's voice through the painful din in your ears. Do I take the handkerchief back, lady? After a commoner's hands have befouled it, let him wipe himself with it for all I care. Oh, I see. She's wired? What do you mean wired? Oh, weird? Yeah, definitely. The carriage drives away. Thomas runs up to you and drags you back to the fountain. Your head is still ringing from the blow. The fateful handkerchief is still crumpled in your hand. I see. She's not nice. Definitely not. So, maybe we should have just kept it. Maybe. Matters of the heart. Uh-oh. Conditions meet a girl. What? We met a girl already, what? Feeling of first romantic feelings. Oh. With the lady that wanted to beat us up? I don't think that's how it works. You know? Oh boy. That's worrying. Here's some water. He is now into BDSM. Oh no. I hope not. What the hell? This guy is a weirdo. Year 1130, spring. The Quorum Decree. 12 years old now, you overhear an important conversation. It is a spring night, and Mother has just sent everyone to bed. You walk past Father's study and hear voices coming from beyond the door. Grandfather is yelling, and Father is replying quietly. The elder Brante men are fighting, arguing about the place of the commoners in the city. You sneak outside to avoid Mother's attention and hide next to the open window of the study. Perhaps they'll mention you too, maybe. That low-life idiot had the gall to pay me a visit and beg me for some service. He had the insolence to ask me outright. He thought I was going to support his claim for the chairman's seat in the lesser quorum. How dare he? Father, please listen. Mayor Egmont may be lowborn, but he carries a lot of clout in Magra. He owns 5 iron mines. A friend like him could be quite useful. They become the chairman of the lesser quorum. I don't give a damn who this Egmont is, Robert. What he is, however, is lowborn. His lot is humility and obedience. The likes of him can never rule anything. They're nothing but a flock of sheep that need a firm, noble hand to guide them. See. I hope we can kill Grandfather soon. I wasted so many years trying to quash that quorum decree, but that accursed Cornelius Tempest did everything in his power to make the Emperor sign that pathetic screed. And now even lowlifes can wield power. True power, Robert. It's not a good option. Yeah. This guy is, an ancient person. Very ancient. Just the right to discuss the size of the Archduke's stacks. Nothing more. That is only the beginning. What next? Are they going to arm the lowlives now? Make them into judges? The Empire rejects the foundations and the lot. The entire edifice will crumble. Bah, who am I telling this to? It is already crumbling, and you, my son and heir, are a harbinger of its destruction. Who knows? Father, I am begging you. I do not wish to marry a third time. Lydia is a good wife and a dutiful mother to my children. If you would only allow her to... I will allow them nothing! Neither Egmont nor that freeloading wench of yours. What will you want me to do next? Live by the laws of the lowborn? I can already see where this is going, and I'd rather run my own sword through my gut than live in a country where nobles and lowlifes share the same rights. Oh boy. My only dream is to see the name of Brante in the blue book. But that dream will never come true. They will never call me Venerable El Brante, and it's all because of this marriage of yours. How are those related? My only hope now is to hear Stefana dressed in such a manner one day. Thank the twins I didn't let you ruin the boy. He's about to grow up a true nobleman. His children will bear the name of El Brante. Okay, so L is kind of recognition of noblemanship. You have 2 more grandsons. Those spineless milksops from the common lot. They're incapable of anything. The best your middle son could do is sneak into the Imperial College and get ennobled by the mantle, although I have a grave doubts about even that. As for the downtrodden Nathan, I hold out no hope for him whatsoever. Oh boy. You hear grandfather's heavy footsteps, the thudding of his cane, and the slamming of the door. It's time to sneak back home before you're discovered. Well, that was something. Well, the school begins. You started studying at the school of Sir Tibor and began to master the sciences. Uh-oh. Not the sciences! A storm of expectations. Finally, the day comes and the teachers stop coming to the house. But before you can breathe a sigh of relief and put away the books, Father asks you to come to his study. You've grown, my son. It's time for you to continue your education away from home. I've chosen a deserving school for you. Sir Tibor's School for the children of noblemen and well-off commoners. Naturally, it is not a boarding school for nobles, so you will study there during the day and come home in the evening. I guess, yeah. You share the news with your best friend, Thomas. Sir Tibor's School, eh? Yeah, I've gotta ask my parents to send me there too as soon as they get the coin together. Father says his workshop has toiled day and night for years to save up for my education. Oh, well, we might meet there then. The school is based in an ancient estate of Archnean design. The classrooms are tall and spacious, with massive benches. Sounds of scraping quills and lectures on history and imperial law and theology echo under the vaulted ceilings. Are you getting along better with your brothers now? Well, with our sister, slightly. With our older brother, no. With our younger brother, yes. We're doing pretty good. Yes. The rules are strict, the lessons tiring. Restless Thomas keeps getting distracted, and several times he gets his hands slapped with a stick for it. Every teacher demands flawless mastery of their subject. Every day, Father asks you about your studies. You have already told him twice how Magra joined the Empire and how the Nobles' Court of Honor is different from a commoner's civil court in the city prefecture. The father keeps pressuring you to work even harder. I guess if I want to become a noble, yeah. When it is time to go to bed, mother will not let you go to sleep until you recite a newly learned prayer for her. And when it is time to go to school, you promise her every day that you will behave with great humility and steer clear of insolent behavior of any kind, but you still live by the commoner's lot, and that lot is hard work and suffering. Your first month in school draws to a close, and the teachers announce that there will be exams at the end of the month to determine the best and the worst students in each subject. Father insists that you devote all your spare time to studying law and history if you wish to follow in his footsteps. But when you speak to mother every day, you start considering theology. You still remember the revelations and divine visions that came to you in your earliest years? Ah, you have only one more day until the exam. You have locked yourself away in your room. It is already getting late. Your desk is covered with handwritten notes surrounded by leather-bound books. Just looking at them makes you queasy, but you have to read through all of them again, at least for one of your subjects. There is a nagging thought on your mind. Thomas ended up in big trouble the other day. He got in a fight with several boys who live next street. They heard about your wooden fortress and got in an outrage by the fortification built by commoners. They swore to dismantle it tonight. Thomas swore he would defend the fortress until the end. Perhaps you should abandon the books to rescue the friend in need. But then you hear your little brother Nathan knocking at the door. He stands there shyly, not saying a word. He often does that, standing still and staying speechless until either you speak first or he runs away. But this time, he actually says something. The door is locked. Are you okay, Alex? Is there anything I can do to help? Your head is spinning. This is the last evening before the school exam. If you fail, your family will be very disappointed. You have to refresh your memory on law or theology, either one or the other. But Thomas and your fort are about to be stormed. Why today of all days? You grind your teeth in rage at the thought. Nathan is at the door, trying not to bother you. He wants to help you the only way he can, for reasons known only to him. Will you accept his help? Oh, God. So we can focus on law and history to get a bit nobility. Go help Thomas, but I don't think that's a good idea. We study theology for some spirituality. Or we spend some time with Nathan. I think we should focus on studying. Yeah. I'm obviously not going to help Thomas because I have more important things to do. And I don't know, just spending a moment with Nathan, but it's going to skip my entire time in for studying. So tough decision. Theology. don't know. Maybe ability, spirituality, theological, sciences. Should we accept our brothers as help? Oh boy. Tough decision. Help. I guess I'll just focus on law and history. Oh, thank you for the hydration, Machine. Let me have some water. To push Nathan out of the room. He cannot possibly help you prepare for the exam. Soon, your eyes start to hurt from all the legal terms and chronologies and titles of imperial edicts. You repeat everything, every single line of it, until your head hurts and your vision begins to blur. When Father walks in, he chuckles in approval. You fall asleep right there, amidst the books. The morning comes. You barely have the time to wake up before you are walking to the menacing edifice of the school. Time for law. All the students sit still, glued to their benches in terror. The teacher's voice singles you out. If a commoner insults a nobleman's honor, how ought he to be dealt with according to the imperial law? Bring the commoner to the prefecture, where the judge will sentence him to corporal punishment. And what if a noble takes a commoner's life by negligence or whim? The noble is fined by the provincial authorities, surprising even yourself to give the correct answers to these questions and the many more that follow. The next subject is the history of the Blessed Archnian Empire. You masterfully recount the history of every province as they merged with the Empire, from Monia to Magra. Then you recite the names of every tempest who has ruled the Empire. You conquer every question the teacher asks you without confusing a single date. You get the highest grade in law and history, and an average grade in theology. You relay the teacher's praise to Father over dinner. He smiles, pleased with you. Well done, my son. I can see how hard you have been working. Keep at it, and you will be amongst the Empire's greatest servants. I am proud of you. Well, that's good to hear. And we are now honorable. Well, yes. We have honor. 1134. Noble titles. Your education continues. As you study imperial law, you come to realize that there is a certain hierarchy? What's the word? Even within the noble estate. It seems your father's status is not quite equal to that of the more eminent human and Archnian gentry. You return home with this new information at your disposal. Father asks you about school after dinner, as he always does. And what is the difference between nobles of the mantle and those of the sword, Alex? You already have an answer ready. The latter status is hereditary, meaning that it is passed down from father to son. After the Archnians, nobles of the sword are the most eminent humans in the empire. They own land and estates. They fill offices of the highest ranks. The names of their bloodlines are preserved within the Great Blue Book. Nobility of the sword can only be granted only by the overseer of the province or the emperor himself. And how are such eminent people addressed? With the honorific L before their last name, you respond. Sir Augustine L. Bourne, for example. Father pats you on the shoulder, clearly pleased. And what about the Archnians and their status? What have you learned about them? The Archnians stand above all human gentry. They are born to rule over humans regardless of their titles. No L is required when addressing them. They need no honorifics, for the names of their ancient dynasties are known to all. They are? By who? Who knows them? Father nods somberly. Yes, you can never be their equals. Do whatever an Archnian tells you, and never defy them. Ever. And what about grandfather and me? Where do we stand as nobles? That is easy. Father and grandfather are nobles of the mantle. This title cannot be inherited, but it can be earned by any commoner as a reward for great service to the Empire, in the Legion, or as a civil servant. Father suddenly grows quiet and looks you in the eye intently. Yes, and someday you will earn a noble title too, son. All in due time. But you say so, father. I'm gonna trust you on that. Sons of the nobility. Sir Tibor's school teaches children of all stripes. Nobles of the mantle and low-born parents can send their sons here. And every passing day, the children of noblemen invent new ways to snub and bully the commoners. Most of the time, the bully leading them is Diderik, the son of the secretary for the city hall and a self-important slob. The sons of noblemen never pick on you, however. They know that your father has been ennobled by the mantle. However, Diderik and his retinue soon choose Thomas as their favorite victim. Time and time again, you ask your friend not to pay them any mind, but again and again, Thomas grows angry and snaps at their self-satisfied mockery. Doubly. It is early morning. The students are busy flocking to the classroom for the next lesson. You wave Thomas over when you see him. He waves back at you. Then a bucket full of slop splashes on him. What, full of slop? Oh boy. Needless to say, it is the work of Diderik and his entourage. You hear his familiar creaky laughter. The tailor's son stinks. How dare he sit next to the decent folk? Thomas clenches his fist. Oh. No, your friend is being bullied. Yeah, it's happening right now. You're dead, Diderik. Oh, and they're fighting now. Throws himself at Diderik's haughty entourage like a soldier ready to wage war. He attacks them first. This is just what they expected, and they are free to retaliate. He barely makes one movement before 4 pairs of hands grabs him at once. Diderik sneers and kicks your friend in the belly. Thomas gasps for air and starts coughing. You stand between them as Diderik readies another kick. The nobleman's son cocks an eyebrow. Why do you mingle with commoners? He asks. Your father is a noble of the mantle. You ought to be friends with your own kind, your equals, not the dirt beneath your feet. Behind him, 4 boys hold Thomas down as he struggles furiously. The other students are watching you, frozen in fear. Diderik haughtily extends a hand to you. He clearly expects you to shake it. What will you do? Oh boy. Help your friend? I mean, if it gets me killed, I don't know if it's a good idea. Spirituality. Ah. I mean, we can always betray our friend. We can. That's always an idea. Let's see. Spirituality. Mobility. I mean, I don't want to challenge him to a fight. I might die. Single parents who have been no meant to still bear the commoner's lot. Let's see. I mean, I could shake his hand. No, because why not? Like, Thomas might be disappointed by that, but like, I don't want to get in trouble, like at school. If it was outside, it would have been different. School. Let's see. Maybe I just admonish him. Maybe. But that. Like if I tell them that I am also still at the commoner slot, they might start bullying me too. Oh boy. I'm gonna shake his hand. Why not? Diderik, Thomas, and the entire school sees you shake his hand. There is truth in what he said. You are both children of nobles. Being friends with your peers is good for the family and your father's standing. The secretary's son's hand is cold and moist. Thomas winces when he sees you shake the boy's hand. A satisfied smile appears on Diderik's face. Now that he has finally gotten what he wanted, signals to his friends to let Thomas go. Thomas gets back on his feet, looks straight in the eye, and shakes his head in disappointment. Oh well. I didn't ask you about that, Alex. Why you? You betrayed your friend? Have I? I just shook someone's hand. I wouldn't call that betraying. I didn't say a single word. Thomas avoids you for the rest of the day. When the lesson ends, he quickly packs up and leaves without you. You spend the evening with Diderik and his retinue. As it turns out, the children of noblemen aren't so bad when you get to know them. They are simply afraid for their status and eager to avoid being mixed up with the low-born boys. Yeah, makes sense. Not Diderik himself, however. His stupidity and bravado are astonishing. He clearly became their leader through sheer audacity and overconfidence. However, you always remember exactly why you need his friendship. Several days pass, and then Diderik invites you to his family's house to inform father of the invitation. You have made friends with the city hall secretary's son. This may bode well for our family. Well done. We'll accompany you there. Both of you travel to the city hall district when the time comes. The secretary's house is larger and more luxuriously decorated than your family's. There is even a garden in front of it, planted in imported soil. Diderik pompously introduced you to his father, a balding, aloof-looking nobleman. The two fathers sip wine until the sun goes down, discussing anisote affairs such as the quorum decree, the lesser quorums, the policies of Archduke Milanidas, and the new agenda set by Prefect Elborn. Father doesn't forget to mention that he is related to the prefect. The two fathers part on good terms. They agree to invite each other to dinners and aid each other in work-related matters. Take the carriage back home. Father tussles your hair tipsily. This is a very good connection for our family. I'll tell your grandfather how you helped me set it up. You did very well, Alex. Sir Gregor will certainly appreciate this. I didn't really do that for him. In turn, you share a thought that has been weighing heavily on you. In order to make this acquaintance, you had to ignore your best friend Thomas for the better part of a week. What should you do now? Maybe you should apologize to him first. If you are truly good friends, your friendship will survive this trial. That is also true. I mean, that's what friendship means. Like, even after something so small, you can still make up. He was your only friend. I mean, I don't think I lost him. Like, as our father said, we just need to apologize him, and if he considers us like a real friend, then it's just going to be water under the bridge. The next day, you catch up to Thomas after school. Naturally, he would rather hurry ahead instead of talking to you. You have to keep up with him while talking, which is quite difficult. There's no reason to be angry anymore, you plead with Thomas. Those noblemen's sons have settled down. They'll never bully him again. You tell him how your father turned this fleeting acquaintance into a useful connection. You reassure Thomas that he will always be your friend, not Diderik. He's nasty and stupid and only wants the other boys to praise him. Thomas stops when he hears you say that. He turns to you, the familiar smile beaming on his face once again. Yeah, see? Now that's interesting, Brante. So you learn his weak spots, eh? Keep talking and I'll see if I should forgive you. Oh, bad. You tell Thomas all about the week you spent with Diderik. Soon, the two of you are making up new names for the bullies based on what you have learned, laughing together again. His resentment soon disappears, and he stops avoiding you. This has left a mark on your relationship, but you remain friends. Yes, see, Jean? We're still friends. Nothing big happened. And also we have maxed out her relationship with father. That's good. I will get this back up. You got lucky. What do you mean I got lucky? This was meant to happen, obviously. Obviously. Water. Yum, 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 yum. The Silver Tree. Your theology teachers tell you more about Anisot. It is more than just a provincial capital. It is also a sacred place blessed by the gods. It is where the twin gods' first disciples spilled their blood, and from that blood grew the sacred silver tree. Its enormous foliage hangs over the city. You see its branches in the sky every day, but you have never approached the trunk of the tree yourself. Today, you will be taking your first trip to the Silver Tree. Your class is visiting a service in the great temple by the tree's very roots. Thanks to your theology teacher, you and the other students will witness this landmark of the twins' advent up close. Everybody is excited. Soon, you and the other boys enter the slums surrounding the church district of Anisop. The roots are pulsating under your feet. They spread underground all throughout the area. Pathetic, cramped hovels and filthy streets surround the trunk of the tree. They are home to paupers, day laborers, and preachers. The people of the district bow humbly to you and point you towards the temple. They seem at peace despite the abject poverty in which they live. All who live directly beneath the tree are filled with its divine grace, your teacher says. People come here to make peace with the world and their faith in it. Your class is unusually quiet. Everyone is listening to the rustling of the leaves and the underground beating of the roots. The sky above you is obscured by the tree's canopy. You find the temple of the twin gods right next to the tremendous trunk of the tree. It almost seems a part of it. There is a crowd there, pilgrims dressed in traveling clothes, paupers and beggars, common people of the city, and the occasional well-dressed noble. There are arguments among some people who are gathered in a separate small groups. Many people are wandering around, staring upward at the tree's branches. Oh boy, this tree makes a lot of noise. The tree impresses you with its might and the calm emanating from it. You are filled with a desire to sit down and think of the world, to learn something about yourself, to touch the silver white bark and hearken to the whispering leaves. You are distracted enough to fall back from the rest of your classmates. You notice a small path. It should take you right next to the trunk. I don't think I'm allowed to go there though. A tall, red-haired woman walks out of the crowd of pilgrims. She is wearing a worn white robe. She is no longer young, but her face is youthful and covered in freckles. Her hands clutch a book. You have never seen this lady pilgrim before, yet she looks at you almost as if she has recognized a lifelong friend. She beckons to you and says her name, Mathilde, a preacher from Astinia. What she says next shakes you to your very core. It is commendable to see a young man so keen to learn the teaching of the twins, she says. Yet, he will never follow the light of truth within the walls of the temple. Inside, you will find only the lies about the lots, the erring words of Prophet Isatius, sanctified by the passage of centuries. Yet anyone who sets out to read the accounts of the twins' own lives knows that they never so much as mention the lots. Ah, so the lots are made up. Good to know. The red-haired preacher's words frighten you. They clash with everything you have heard from Mother, everything you have been taught at school. The lots are a lie? Well, not surprising. Oh boy. You freeze in fear. Should you argue with Matilde, or ask her for more information? Or should you treat her as a mad woman and catch up with your classmates? You suddenly feel a small, warm hand grasp your own. You see a girl right next to you. She is just a little older than you, wearing a black dress, red hair, yet almost spotless. Her hair is covered by a handkerchief with only a single golden lock showing. Her brown eyes are burning with rage, her hand pulling you away from the red-haired preacher. Double. You stare in confusion at the strange young girl, your cheeks flushed by the sudden touch. There is just a bit of color on her cheeks too, but then she starts speaking to you quickly. Don't listen to her! She's dangerous! Come to the temple with me! Only there will you see the truth! I don't know you. Who are you? You stand there, surrounded by the crowd of praying pilgrims and the sounds of shuffling feet, torn between two people you have never seen before. And each of them expects you to follow her. But all the while, you hear the whispering of the wind in the tree's branches. The branches reach out for you, almost as if the tree wishes to speak to you itself. Can you hear its voice? Go to the tree. I mean, we're not exactly going to the tree though. And also, I think our path to speak with the tree is locked. Unfortunately. So, speaking with the tree is not allowed. We can just go there on our own, but... Let's see... I mean, I think we should just talk to the red-haired lady, the one that is definitely speaking the truth. Because I am a bit curious of what else she has to say. And I mean, the tree, we can't speak to him. The tree doesn't want to talk to us. So we just go this way. You shrug, smile sheepishly at the girl, and walk towards the red-haired preacher. This Matilde of Astinia, she speaks too strangely to be ignored. You feel she will be leaving soon anyway. And the temple, surely the temple is not going anywhere. Also true. The lady preacher hands her book to you. There are words on the cover. The lives of the twins. The book is so heavy you almost drop it. The crowd around you barely allows for a proper reading. The best you can do is flip through the pages and hope to glimpse a message or two from it. Matilda's hushed voice comments on each new page. This book was written by the disciples of the twins. When the twin gods descended and brought fate into the world, they walked the lands with them. Are you going to be a monk now? Nah, I'm still working to be a noble. But I guess wanting to know this truth that has been hidden so long is still interesting. It is filled with many stories of wonders and battles, as well as records of the twins' own sermons and dialogues. They discuss many things that now guide the living, the fate that awaits us on the shining pillar, the eternal life of the true death, the profane evil of magic. Yet Matilde points out something that you cannot help but notice yourself. There is not one mention of the lots in this book. How can this be? You ask her. It is what it is, she responds. The twins never spoke of them. They never left any teaching behind. Nothing but their deeds and their own lives in this world. You frown. Then how come we know about the lots now? They exist thanks to Isatius, or Isatius, she says. Isatius, favored by the gods, the elders' favorite disciple, walked the lands by his side and through all his hardships until his fatal end in Eterna. They came to be, she explains, when people came to Isatius and asked him how they should live. Yet, Isatius was but a man, and his teachings of the Lords were not a divine revelation, but a speculation of his own devising. Oh boy, we're discovering truth. This feels much tougher than learning prayers. So if the teaching of the Lords come not from the gods, but rather from their student, what does that mean for you? What does it mean for the people? A new faith, the red-haired preacher says with a smile. You think about her words for a long time as the silver tree whispers above your head, the very tree grown from the blood of the people who walked the land with the younger and the elder. You keep on thinking about it even as you make your way home and into bed. Your conclusions bring you no comfort. If the strange lady preacher was right, then you're supposed to be free to interpret the twins' words yourself, which means that you and only you should be responsible for your life, fate in the hereafter. But who can tell for sure? Well, I can. You cannot fall asleep that night. So they were lying to you all this time? In the morning, you still mutter off a prayer, the words of your lot. Work, endure, and suffer. But is it all worth it if the laws don't really exist? Or is it the will of the twins after all? Did they actually speak their will through Isatius? And those who defy that will are defying the true order of the world? These questions will remain in your mind for a long time. We need to know the truth about this. We need the truth. I also need water. What are the lots? Let's see. The lots are, let's see, what they consider basically the different classifications of people. Like there's the commoner's lot, there's the noble lot. So each lot basically tells what that person should do in their life. So like a commoner's lot is to like suffer, endure the pain and work, while the noble lot is more for ruling and stuff like that. And the class system, yeah, basically that. Yes. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if something like that was a lie from the beginning. The shadow of the past. Another school day has ended. You are making your way home, still mulling over the things you learned from your teachers. The founding of the empire, the eternal and unshakable rule of a single dynasty, the three estates, each with its own rights. What an odd sort of order the world has, and yet so mysterious. At least, it sounds that way when your teachers talk about it. Mother is waiting for you on the porch. She smiles gently when she sees you, and yet her expression still shows great concern. Father left on a trip to several distant migrant towns a few days ago. Since then, Mother has been trying to tell you something, but she seems uncertain. Son, could you put your things away and come pray with me? You join Mother in a prayer to the twins. She prays with fervent sincerity, her head bowed low, reciting the words of obedience to them and their greater design in a barely audible whisper. You repeat after her, just as she has taught you ever since you were a little boy. When the prayer ends, Mother sighs and turns to you. Alex, my son, you are 13 now. You'll be grown soon. It's time you learned about certain things that are important to our family. Difficult things. It's about your father and me. About our marriage. But, what? You think it's time for me to learn about this? Ah, okay. You gaze curiously into Mother's eyes. I'm sure you've wondered about this before. Your father is a nobleman of the mantle, so how could he marry a commoner with another man's child? But you see, Alex, your father, when his first wife, Amalia Elborn, died, it was a painful blow to him. He lost the will to live, lost all purpose. He felt like his own destiny was cut short that day as well. And then he met me. You know the troubles I had in the past. I went to the prefecture as a petitioner to ask them for help, protection, justice. When I was a young girl, I worked at a small shop that sold crockery and dishes. A nobleman took a liking to me. May his name be forever forgotten. The twins know I was humble and honored his lot to rule, but he took me by force. Mother falls silent, summoning the courage to continue. Gloria is that nobleman's daughter, but he was outraged. How could I have the gall to burden him with a low-born progeny? He turned me out on the street with that little baby girl in my arms. I mean, I think it's his fault, for making her pregnant. That's kind of how that thing works. Oh, Mother's voice is shaking now. You take her hand tenderly. I had no home, no honor, nowhere to go, no one to help me. When I went to the prefecture, I didn't really think the judges there would help me find justice against my former master. Definitely, yeah. But when Sir Robert heard my plea, his eyes met mine, and I believed that At that very moment, the twins themselves granted him the gift of their love. Their father told me that there was nothing he could do to make that detestable nobleman marry me, but he would never abandon me and baby Gloria, and if I agreed, he would take me into his own home. Tears are running down Mother's cheeks. And I knew it, my son. I knew how much his honor and reputation would suffer, but caring for me brought him back to life. It's like he experienced another sacrament. He rediscovered his noble purpose, his lot to rule and protect and care for others. This decision to marry me, he is still paying for it today. Your father had the courage to defy your grandfather, founder of his bloodline. If only you knew how much he had to endure, my son. If only you knew the despicable rumors we heard about the Brantes all over Anisot. It was only thanks to the efforts of Sir Gregor that the Brante bloodline managed to hang on to what little remained of its reputation. And now the noble families have all but forgotten about that scandal, thank the twins. Mother falls silent, looks at you intently. Do you understand what she is telling you? Not really, no. My son, I'm not telling you this to just share the pain of my past. I have no reason to complain. Even Sir Gregor has accepted me through gritted teeth. But you need to understand the heavy burden our family must bear, including our scandalous marriage and Gloria's foul origin. And Gloria, she can never be a Brante. Even if the elder Brantes agreed, the news would stir up the old scandal in the minds of high society. And if that were to happen, Alex, they would see even your birth as illegitimate. Mother sighs heavily. What I told you just now is something you have to know, son. You are about to enter adult life. By my lot, I must be humble. I cannot tell you how to treat your family. But may I ask you a question? Now that you know all of this, do you still see Gloria as your sister? We can evade, distance ourselves, or just accept them. I mean, this is a pretty easy choice. Obviously, accepting them still as my family. Obviously. Filled with determination, you assure Mother that Gloria is and will always be your sister. You want Gloria to be a Brante too. You want her to be a part of your family. Who cares what the nobles of Anisot say? Mother beams with quiet joy when she hears this. Oh, Alex, if only you knew how happy that would make me to have our family united at last. However, the joy on her face quickly gives way to concern. But I already owe good Sir Robert a debt I can never repay. He has given my daughter so much. A home, an education, his care and advice. The Brante bloodline could suffer so much from Gloria's existence. We should all just learn to accept their status as it is. Just then, you hear Gloria carefully knock at the door of Mother's chambers. Mother, Alex, I couldn't find you. You happily greet your sister. Yes, she is your sister. No old secrets can ever change that. Mother gives you and Gloria a kiss on the forehead and returns to her prayers. You and your sister walk downstairs together. Mother is alone by her bedside now, thanking the twins with a quiet prayer for the Brante family they have given her. You hope they can hear her. Hell yes, we are in sympathy with our sister and affection with our mother. Hell yes, that's good. Ah, no good. Year 1131. Fall. The Flash and the Flame. You are 13 now. Another theology lesson. Today's sermon is about the priests and why the clergy is the only one of the three estates with the right to interpret the lots and guide the other two estates accordingly. Thomas sits next to you, huffing and puffing as he fervently writes down the teacher's every word. But you've heard all this from Mother many times before, so you take this moment to daydream a little. Father promised to take you to the capital once your studies are complete. Oh, the capital. But the teacher suddenly casts a stern look around the lecture hall and raises his voice at one of your classmates. A boy by the name of Brian jumps out of his seat. The teacher asks him to repeat what he had just said. Brian freezes and seems to shrink. He tries to muster a reply, but nothing comes out. The class becomes agitated. Someone is about to get punished. The teacher now looms over Brian. The boy's cheeks are flushed, and his eyes are covered in tears. You all watch the teacher's iron-bound book as he raises it sharply, about to strike. Brian shrieks and raises a hand in front of him. A sudden flash. The teacher screams and buries his face in his arms. His hair is ablaze, and his skin is covered in horrible burns. It's magic! Real magic, just like in the books about the Magra Rebellion. The class freezes in shock. There is a dull thud as the iron-bound book falls to the floor. What? This kid is a mage! We should execute him right now! Brian's hysterical laughter rends the silence. He stands up from his bench, fire in his eyes and sparks on his fingertips. There are screams now. Students run for the door. The teacher tries to extinguish his burning hair. Brian snaps his fingers, and the books of his statues on the desk turn into pillars of flame. He laughs and raises his arms, and the curtains catch fire. The screams grow louder as the fire howls. Brian's face is tense and violent. His mouth is spewing flames, and his whole body is shaking with laughter. He steps toward the door. You and Thomas glance at each other. Ah, a mage! An evil mage! He's going to burn the whole school down! Your friend's determination makes you brave. You run behind Brian and knock him off his feet. You both tumble to the floor. Even through his clothes, his body sears your flesh. Brian screams, convulses, and grabs Thomas by the shoulders with his burning hands. Thomas howls but stays put, then knocks Brian senseless with several fierce blows to the head. There are servants fussing around the room now. They put out the fire and take away the teacher, his body covered in horrible burns. You and Thomas remain next to Brian, who is lying on the floor, silent. Soon, 3 men in black cloaks enter the doors of the school, each bearing an edict sealed with silver. The Inquisition. You and Thomas are told to step away from the witch. They lock Brian's neck in a silver collar and take him away. One of the Inquisitors remains behind to tell the students what happened. That was magic, he explains. The ungodly power that twists the minds of men into savage instruments of murder. Only the sacred shackles of silver can hold it at bay. Only the power of the twins can save us all from its evil grasp. The next day, you are forbidden from ever mentioning Brian's name again. He is no more. No, how could they not allow magic? It's the best. No, magic is evil. And it corrupts people. Makes them crazy. And they go wah 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 wah. That's what people do when they're crazy. I think. No, don't cry, Jean. No, don't cry. The nobleman's lot. A great day looms ahead. 100 years ago, Uther Tempest was anointed to rule over the Empire. Blessed by the twins themselves, the Emperor's reign continues into its second century. Celebrations in honor of the Tempest dynasty are held throughout the city. The school is closed for 2 weeks because of that. That's a big celebration. On one of these evenings, Father tells everyone that Grandfather is going to bring Stefan back home for the holiday. They say families should celebrate the day of anointment together. You could benefit from your elder brother's company. This noble education, Stefan might be able to teach you how noblemen are supposed to act. Maybe. It's a vacation? Basically, yeah. Soon, Stefan arrives. Now he handles himself differently. When it comes to ordering servants around and ignoring Gloria, he is still Grandfather's double, but he's more grown up now and far less haughty to you. It is a dark winter evening. Damp, cold wind sweeps through the city from the barren lands of Magra. You and Stefan are sitting in the library. He is telling you all about Eterna, the capital of the Empire. It is full of so many wonders. The Imperial Palace, the enormous Temple of the Twins, the Military Academy, the Imperial College. You have read so much about these places, yet he has seen them firsthand. Nathan enters the library. He looks concerned. I can't find Gloria. I looked everywhere. She's not in the attic, not in the sitting room, not in the kitchen. I heard she wanted to sneak out to the ruins of Char Milanida's palace. She could be lost in there. You and Stefan exchange looks. Char Milanidas, the rebellious duke. The ruins of his palace are a dangerous place. Some children claim his tainted magic still lingers there, which means you absolutely have to make your way there and back again to prove you are not afraid of the long-dead witch. Your brother tells you to wait. He leaves and soon returns with his sword in its sheath. Get ready, Alex. We're going to rescue Gloria. She must have gone to the ruins in search of inspiration for another one of her little rhymes. The two of you instruct Nathan to tell your parents you've gone for a walk in the square. You and your elder brother head outside. You are confused by Stefan's actions. He refuses to treat Gloria like a human being, so why is he still so determined to rescue her? Stefan notices your expression. Yeah, go save them together. Yes, we are going to try. Are you wondering why I care about Gloria all of a sudden? I can't act in any other way, can I? The law of honor compels me to protect my family. Gloria will never be a Brante, but father still took her into our house. I must respect his seniority and defend Gloria like she's one of our own. You're a Brante too, noble or not, which means it is your duty to aid me. That's true. The ruins of Char Milanida's palace span an entire district. The palace was abandoned centuries ago, and its remnants are overgrown with thick underbrush. The ruined palace is empty, nothing but cold wind blowing over crumbling brickwork. Even the worst scum of the land steer clear of this palace. Make your way through the ruins until you spot scattered sheets of paper covered in writing. Your sister's writing. Oh no, she's here. You hear loud laughter coming from behind a dilapidated stone wall nearby. You pull yourself up to peer over it. Gloria is lying on the ground, face down, twitching and sobbing. A gaggle of drunk young thugs surround her, cackling and swinging their arms about. Oh no. You hear their shouts. Look at the lass, sitting here rhyming words together. She thinks she'll be a noble. But don't you worry, you low-born tart. We're gonna teach you your place. One of the louds spits at Gloria and as she lies there. Get away from her this instant, you bastards, or I'll spill your guts. They respond with mocking laughter. Stefan draws his sword. The street thugs recoil in fear, but they soon notice that he is only one armed man against many. They start reaching out for sticks and stones. Stay by my side. Don't let them flank me. Stefan's hand shakes, but he looks ready for battle. He is outnumbered. For a moment, you hesitate. Perhaps it might be better to run for the nearby district and call for guards. The young thugs are already armed with makeshift weapons. They start approaching you and Stefan cautiously. Oh boy. Well, we can't follow his orders because we are not in good relationship with him. But we can charge, or we can call the guards. Now let's charge! Charge! The Laos try to flank Stefan and surround him. Their brother's sword thrusts and feints methodically, like in a training bout. The thugs keep dodging and jumping away. They've managed to stay safe so far. If things continue like this, soon one of them will flank Stefan, kick the sword out of his hand and bring him down. The ruffians are paying no attention to you, however. For a moment, they want nothing more than to run away. You belong to the common lot. You are not allowed to bear arms, not allowed to fight. But then, you take one more look at Stefan, who is almost surrounded, and at Gloria, sprawled out on the ground. I can't act in any other way, can I? Your brother's words ring in your ears. You cannot run. You have to help him, no matter what. You pull a heavy rock out of the old wall. The tow-headed leader of the gang appears behind Stefan's back, ready to knock him down. No time to think. It takes you 3 steps to get to the foe. No time to think. You bash the tag in the head with the rock. The wretch stumbles and falls down. Stefan sees an opportunity to strike and lunges at the louds. They scatter under his blows. You hear screams and the swishing of the sword. You assault them too, swinging away with the heavy rock, until you catch something pointy in the side. Oh. A wave of pain washes over you. Blood starts flowing down your side and onto your leg. Stefan shouts something, but your mind is already fading fast. And the darkness disperses. You find yourself lying in your bed. Stefan is in the armchair next to you reading a book. He's alive, with left arm in a sling and black eye, but still alive. As for you, it hurts so much when you try to breathe. You cannot help but moan quietly. Stefan looks up from the book. Don't try to get up. You lost a lot of blood. Fortunately, the Archduke's guards got there too late to see you swinging that boulder around. They'd have shown you no mercy otherwise. But I'm impressed, Alex. You were unarmed, but you still fought them. You acted in defiance of your lot, that much is certain. But you fought for our family's honor. You know, brother, the nobleman's lot is also a great burden that few are able to bear. It takes courage, not to fight everything you see, but to do your duty. Each and every decision a nobleman makes becomes a part of his family's legacy, flowing in the blood tide forever. I think about it often. A noble mustn't act weak. A noble mustn't suffer like people of the low-born lot. A noble must rule over them wisely. A noble must ensure that they have work to do. It's not merely your own lot you have to look after. You have to ensure that 1,000 others can live by their lot as well. And there are so many more matters to take care of. Honor, dignity, tradition. It's tough, but it's what it takes to be a nobleman. Do you understand what I'm talking about? For the first time in a long while, your brother looks at you as an equal. It was a pleasure to fight side by side. I'm glad you and I are brothers. I see. So we're back to our usual stuff with our brother. Okay, but I think I am going to stop here for today. Yes. We are going to stop here for today. So, thank you everyone for stopping by, and I hope you all had a lot of fun. And we will see each other tomorrow at 9 p.m. CET, as always, where we will just continue this game. So, let's see. We are going to go raid Eko Meko-chan, who is doing her day 3 of her Donathon. And she's playing Will You Press the Button? Oh boy. So, we are going to go over to Gecko, and we will see each other tomorrow. So, thank you everyone for stopping by, and goodbye. Goodbye. Off to the raid you go now. Goodbye.